Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Yay!
A little bit more. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Oh, another one.
hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah,
hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hey, KZOOMers.
Hey. Tony! Oh, it's been a long time. Tony and Johnny from Australia. And Simka.
So this KZOOM that we are in, the parshiot of this week of the Song of Songs says, I went down to the nut grove to see the new green by the brook, to see if the vines had blossomed and the pomegranates had bloomed. And oh, before I knew it, she sat me down in the most noble of chariots. So there is a journey into the depths. There is a poem of I don't know if you can see it on the chat, that says, you are not too old. Do you see that in the chat? And I can put it, I can write it again. It says, you are not too old, and it is not too late. Do you see that? To dive, and let me see if I can.
Well, you're singing the words.
Yeah. Let's see.
I
wonder why you can't see it.
Oh, did it get sent?
Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay.
Oops. It's coming. There it is. One little button.
You are not too old, and it is not too late to dive into your increasing depths. You are not too old, and it is not too late to dive into your increasing depths, where life calmly gives out its own secret, where life calmly gives out its own secret. You are not too old, you are not too old, and it is not too late.
And it is not too late
To dive into your increasing depths.
to dive into your increasing depths,
where life calmly gives out its own secret.
where life calmly gives out its own secrets,
Where life calmly gives out its own secret. So there is this journey which I call a journey of inquiry. That when the Song of Songs says, I go down into, I went down into the nut grove to see the new green. It's because there's some place inside us that is new, that is fragile, that is just beginning to grow inside us, and it will grow because of our intention. So in honor of this, new growth, I wanted to introduce you to the first tomato of the season.
Bravo, well done.
That we just picked today. A very perfect tomato.
It is perfection. Now we can eat it. We had to wait and show you.
So I have a little bit of a cough, and I am praying for a voice, but I have Rachmil here, so he could be the voice tonight. But I want to do this as a practice for each of us to go down inside ourselves to see what is growing and to do a little bit of an inquiry. And the way that I do inquiry with chant is that before I begin the chant, I lay a question on the altar of the chant. And so the question that I might ask is kind of like, what is new? What is new for me? What is the newest challenge that I want to rise to? What is the place in me that is that kind of wants to rise in response to the challenge of this world? And we can see, we'll lay that question on the altar, and we'll use the chant in order to dive down into those increasing depths. To see that new green by the brook. Oh, this is the key we have. The key with an A and an E.
Yes. Oh, much better.
El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. Lirot, baby, hanachal. Lirot, baby, hanachal. El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. Lirot, baby, hanachal. Lirot, baby, hanachal. El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. Lirot, baby, hanachal. Lirot, baby, hanachal. El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. Lirot, baby, hanachal. Lirot, baby, hanachal. El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. Lirot, baby, hanachal. Lirot, baby, hanachal. El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot. Lirot, baby, hanachal. Lirot, baby,
El-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot, baby, hanachal, lirot, baby, hanachal, el-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot, el-ginnat, egoz, yarad'ti, lirot, baby, hanachal, lirot, baby, hanachal.
So I invite you to keep your eyes closed and come back to that question that you laid on the altar. And with the next breath, just imagine taking a deep dive down into the garden of your heart. And with each breath, you can imagine each breath is a step into that inner garden. Each breath going deeper and deeper into the center of your being, into the truth of your being. And each step, we want to step with more courage, more commitment. And stepping into that garden, you can find yourself there. And feel, what is it that is new there? What is the new green? What is... So, what is being presented to you at this moment? So, this idea of the nut garden, the nut is like something that we have to crack, really. It has these layers. And Meister Eckhart has this teaching that says a human being has so many skins inside, covering the depths of the heart. We know so many things, but we don't know ourselves. Why? 30 or 40 skins or hides as thick and hard as an ox's or bear's cover the soul. And he says, go into your own ground and learn to know yourself there. Go into your own ground and learn to know yourself there. And then Aldous Huxley just pops up and says, well, if most of us remain ignorant of ourselves, it's because self-knowledge is painful and we prefer the pleasures of illusion.
Sometimes. No, not really.
So can we give up the pleasures of illusions in order to move through some of the pain that might be involved in the journey of self-knowledge, in that place of inquiry? And we might find some treasures there, and we might find something that is growing inside us that needs our attention.
Staying conscious in the midst of it, that's the trick, just to stay present in the chaos.
So speaking of chaos, there's a story in the book, the first book of Kings, of Elijah, kind of on the run, and there is, God sends an earthquake and a wind, a great wind and fire, and it's like those things represent the tumult of our lives. And after all of that, the earthquakes and the winds and the fires and the storms of our lives, we take a breath and we take a stance of listening. And that's when we hear the still small voice. And the still small voice is the reason that we do our spiritual practice, so that we can create a space inside where that voice can be heard. And it's not, I don't even know if it's a voice exactly. It's kind of a metaphor for the truth within us that is there when we can get quiet enough, when we can quiet the mind enough. So when I chant these words, I want to just experience the earthquake, the wind, and the fire, and then also the still small voice. And so there's a kind of the chant is kind of an experience of like entering through the fires of our lives in order to open to then a kind of a spaciousness. And when I'm in my meditation practice, what I notice is that I'm taking a stance in that practice of receptivity, of sort of cocking my head in a certain sense inside to listen, just to listen. And it's the quality of my listening that really changes the state. It doesn't even matter if there's a voice there or not, but the quality of my listening is what opens me up to the truth of my being. So we'll try to chant this, and again, I don't have much of a voice, but he does. So,
Yes.
and I hope you do too. So, so it's ve'achar ha'ish, ve'achar ha'ish, kodem Dakah, 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 ve'achar ha'ish, ve'achar ha'ish, kodem ve'achar ha'ish, ve'achar ha'ish, kodem Dakah, ve'achar ha'ish, ve'achar ha'ish, kodem Dakah, ve'achar ha'ish, ve'achar ha'ish, kodem ve'achar ha'ish, ve'achar ha'ish, kodem Dakah, ve'achar ha'ish, ve'achar ha'ish, kodem Dakah, ve'achar ha'ish, ve'achar ha'ish, kodem ve'achar ha'ish, ve'achar ha'ish, So we'll take a couple minutes just to listen inside. And let all of the tumult of life fall away to find yourself in that still, spacious place within. And just turn your head in a way that you're listening to the inside of you. And you might bring a question with you into that space. And the question is, what is it that I know, but I tend to forget? What is it that I know, but I tend to forget? Allow that knowing to rise up inside you. if you'd like to, if there's an answer that came to you in that still, in that quiet place in your heart, if there's an answer that came, you might want to put it in the chat. The first thing that came to me was just all is well. And this other thing that keeps coming to me over and over again said, is it possible to rise to meet every challenge with joy? You have what rose up for you, honey?
Yeah, just speaking to me saying, I know you forget, but you are safe no matter how it seems. With my physical body, the physical body stuff. It scares me and I forget I'm really safe.
Any other things that anybody else wants to share? What is it that you know, but you sometimes forget? Oh, wait, now I have to say. When I apply myself to what I want, I succeed.
Amen.
Trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other messages you get from your soul's wisdom. Sometimes you get a message for somebody else. We're all held in the larger goodness.
Oh, good reminder.
Myself is enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked that question because this next practice that we're going to do, that says, before I knew it. And when I encountered this phrase, I thought, I started to look into what is the pre-conscious. It's kind of a Jungian category of the pre-conscious, which means something you know, but it's not quite there on the surface of your knowing. So you might, so you might not quite live by it, but you deeply know it. And so the idea, to me, of spiritual practice is to be able to have access to that. And Marcy said, everything that I experience, I have chosen for my greatest good. So I know that. I am a sacred stitch in the divine tapestry. I know it, but I don't always have access to that knowledge. So, yeah, and so I want to develop a way to have access to it. And so, I'll use a chant to be able to say, before I knew it. So when it says she sat me down in the most noble of chariots, the most noble of chariots means that we are the chariot for the divine presence, and but we don't always know it, really. So we are finding our way back to what we already know. And when I'm certain books that I read, I do a lot of reading of spiritual books, and sometimes I'll just come across something and I'll say, "Oh, I know this. And I was reading the book called The Interior Castle by Saint Teresa of Avila, and she says, She says, test us, beloved, you who know the truth, that we might know ourselves. And I thought of it as, test us, meaning like all of life we are here to be tested.
So that we may know ourselves.
So that we may know ourselves.
That's radical.
Because if we aren't tested, we don't know ourselves. We don't know our strength. We don't know our resilience. We don't know our courage. All of things of those rises in response to the challenge of life. And so I want to do this practice in a kind of a gentle way. And to see if we can let these words kind of connect us with what we know, so that we can live and inhabit that truth. And Lo yadati nafshi samatni, Lo yadati nafshi samatni, markevot ami-nadiv, markevot ami-nadiv. Lo yadati nafshi samatni, Lo yadati nafshi samatni, markevot ami-nadiv, markevot ami-nadiv. Lo yadati nafshi samatni, Lo yadati nafshi samatni, markevot ami-nadiv, markevot ami-nadiv. Lo yadati nafshi samatni, Lo yadati nafshi samatni, markevot ami-nadiv, markevot ami-nadiv. Lo yadati nafshi samatni,
nafshi samatni markevot ami-nadiv markevot ami-nadiv lo yadati nafshi samatni lo yadati nafshi samatni markevot ami-nadiv markevot ami-nadiv lo yadati nafshi samatni lo yadati nafshi samatni markevot ami-nadiv markevot ami-nadiv lo yadati nafshi samatni lo yadati nafshi samatni markevot ami-nadiv markevot ami-nadiv lo yadati nafshi samatni lo yadati nafshi samatni markevot ami-nadiv markevot ami-nadiv
Once more.
lo yadati nafshi samatni lo yadati nafshi samatni markevot, ami-nadiv, markevot, ami-nadiv.
So find yourself in the chariot. Find yourself as the chariot that moves from between worlds, from the world of knowing into the world of acting upon that knowledge. Open up the connection between what you deeply know and how you live your life. So it is, it's all inside us. But sometimes there's a veil. I've been sick the last few days, and I was sort of feeling my sickness like a kind of a veil, that I was trying to get out from under. But I knew it would happen. So. Thomas Keating says we're summoned into the presence of God by the fact of our birth. We're summoned into the presence of God by the fact of our birth. But we become present to God only by our consent. So I love that understanding of that presence of God is always there. And what it asks of us is this process of consent, of saying yes, of letting God in, of agreeing to be that markevot, that chariot, that divine vehicle. So God is waiting for our nod of consent, which can happen in each and every moment. So, and it happens when we are awake. And sometimes we're not so awake, or sometimes we are distracted. So I wanted to do one more practice with you in this process of inquiry. And it's the practice that I call Awaken. And this is with an F and a C. And it says, awaken as bright light, the rose of the depths. So inside us, and it reminds me of Meister Eckhart saying, there's so many skins inside covering the depths of the heart. You can think of it as so many petals that are kind of holding tight as a bud in the heart. So why 30 or 40 skins, hides is thick and hard. So those are these coverings of the soul. Go into the ground and learn how to know yourself there. And I think all of the mystical teachings point to the fact that when you know yourself, you know God. When you know your deepest self, that is the way that the knowing of God happens, in that intimacy. And you are not too old, and it is not too late to dive into your increasing depths, where life calmly gives out its own secret. Where life calmly gives out its own secret. So we're going to go into those increasing depths and awaken as a bright light, that rose of the depths. I love these mixed metaphors, really. But we have one rose growing in our garden. For those of you that came late, this is also the tomato that we picked. First tomato of the season that we picked. We wanted to give her honor.
Yes.
But we want to go into the increasing depths. Yeah, it's like you could never get to the bottom of you, you know, and I could never get to the bottom of you, and so that's what draws me to dive in. And you are not too old, and it's not too late to take that dive. And so I want to ask everyone to just to take a moment, close your eyes, and imagine this rose at the center of your heart. And the rose is closed right now. And, you know, it has infinite petals. And the petals open in response to our prayer, to our yearning, to our love. And so we're singing to the rose in our hearts, and coaxing her open. Oraryr,
nogah, Oraryr, nogah, shoshanat, ami-nadiv. Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, shoshanat, ami-nadiv. Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, shoshanat, ami-nadiv. Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, shoshanat, ami-nadiv.
Sing to the rose in your heart.
Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, shoshanat, ami-nadiv. 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 Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, shoshanat. nogah, Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, shoshanat, ami-nadiv, Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, shoshanat, ami-nadiv, Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, Oraryr, nogah, shoshanat, keep your eyes closed. Bring all your attention to that bud, that tight bud inside the heart, and take all of the energy of the chant of this and of this community. Breathe it into the rose, and on the next breath, just allow that rose to unfurl inside you. Just let that image of the rose, petal by petal, opening, 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 in all its beauty and fragrance. And let that fragrance of that rose waft into the world. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes and just take a look around the KZOOM room, and we can, that sense of practicing together is also what awakens the rose inside me. That you're here to awaken me. I'm here to awaken you. Mm-hmm.
And
it's time to wake up. All of us and each other. Yep.
And just to use everything for that process of awakening. So it's so good to see your faces and to see